got there is almost exactly the same as what we had the other day.
It's smaller.
It is, yeah. That's because this one came straight out of the newspaper. This one came off the internet.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was in a different newspaper.
I bet you photocopied.
I did. Okay.
That's why you've got the colour.
All right. What you've got there now. Remember, the other day, apart from a couple of you, we looked at this with the penguins are just too delicious to resist, and it talked about Capetia, the sea lion that's over on the Otago Peninsula that's eating yellow-eyed penguins, and there's a bit of an issue there because when they're not sure, some people thinking, no, don't know if that's a good idea. What about how we need to make sure the yellow-eyed penguins are safe? What I've given you there is you've just read two different articles. One that's entitled "Sea Lion Acquires a Taste for a Rare Delight," and that's a newspaper article. And then you've got that other one there that's called "Predation of Yellow-Eyed Penguin by Hooker's Sea Lion." Now, when you read it, I asked you to think about what was the difference between the two of them, right? I want you to think about that. We looked in here and got some information about sea lions and penguins. What sort of information did you guys get out of one or the other about sea lions and penguins? Was it the same or different with those ones? Micah?
Different because this one had bigger words, but it had a lot more information. I found out, and because it says that it did say that a male sea lion has sort of killed some penguins.
Oh, I think it's 3 penguins.
So this one here that was written like this, which is slightly different to this one. It says on here that male sea lions had killed yellow-eyed penguins. Is that right?
Yeah.
And yet you found out from this article, which is pretty much similar to this one, that it said only females. Is that right?
Yeah. That males leave them alone.
And this one it said that the males leave them alone?
Yeah.
But that's not what it said in this one.
No. So
that's a bit of a
we
dilemma.
really don't know which is true and which is not.
Okay, it is a bit of a dilemma, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we'll just go back. Michael was talking about the fact that he thought that although this one had a lot of, did you say a lot more?
Yeah, like maneuver.
Manoeuvrability?
Yeah.
So what about?
I didn't really. It's kind of a long word and hard to sort of say and read.
So you found this one a bit harder to read, but did you think it gave you more information? Whereas this one that you got, which is very similar just from another newspaper, it gave you got some information, but it was a lot easier to read. Is that right? Yeah. Would everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So thinking about that, you talked about the type of language. Micah, you mentioned the word manoeuvrability, and were there other words, which of ones that had words that were a bit difficult to understand or things that you weren't sure of?
It's occasionally, isn't it?
And there, yes it is. It says occasionally. Aria?
I got confused with non-extinct because I was thinking non-X something.
Oh, okay. So were you more confused about the words in here
Yeah.
than you were about this one?
Yeah.
When it said small groups of penguins gathered offshore before landing in sort of.
Oh, okay. En masse. E-N-M-A-S-S-E. Here. E-N-M-A-S-S-E. It's okay. So it's the way you'd say it is you pronounce it en masse.
Yeah.
So that would be, we would actually pronounce it like this. And so what it means is that a whole group of them at once. Okay? A mass of them. But when we say it, we actually pronounce it en masse, but it's spelt that way. Does make it difficult, doesn't it? Yes.
I think this one's got some good information, but this one's got more information and it's longer, so maybe it's trying to say about it more.
Okay.
Other
All
one
right.
talks about it more.
Okay, so this one, you did get information from this one here, but you also got information from here. Because it was longer, do you think you got more information?
Yeah, so the point of it being long kind of makes it that it's got more information in it. And when we read it, it had the most information in it anyway.
All right, Jimmy, you've got something to add to that?
Well, no, but it also gives you some more information about the time that it's happening because it has the dates.
Okay, this one has the date.
This one is 1 and this is like 4 or something, 3 or 4.
Different dates in it as to when things happened. Okay, so there was quite a few dates in this one, wasn't there, that they talked about that. Aria?
To add to Michaela's, with the long, it actually looks like the letters are slightly smaller on that one.
They are, yeah, that's true. Although I chose the font to put on this one, true, but it does make a difference, doesn't it, to reading it? Do you think that the font, so you found that the smaller font was not as easy to read as this? Is that right? It made a difference to your reading? Yes.
And I thought this one had more information, but it was harder words, and this one didn't have as much information, and it was quite easy to read.
Okay, all right. So what was it about that I noticed in this one here that it says here that it's got one threatened species is harming another as 2 of the jewels of New Zealand wildlife became involved in a dog-eat-dog spat. What sort of wording is that? What sort of things are they doing? Those people in the writers group probably might have a bit of an idea about that. What are they doing there?
Oh, it kind of means that it's like sort of 2 rare things eaten.
Okay, and you're right. It does mean that there's two rare animals, and they've caught it's 2 of the jewels of the New Zealand wildlife become involved in a dog-eat-dog spat. They've sort of made it sound. They've done some good writing. Probably if you wrote something like that and showed it to myself or took it to Miss Skeeving, they'd probably say, "Wow, that's some really cool writing. I like the way you've described or written it in that way." What sort of wording have they used here? If you look at that, when they talk about that they are being eaten by something, it says here on the 14th of August 1988, one of us saw a male sea lion kill at least 2 penguins and pursue others as they came ashore at Middle Bay. The sea lion lay in ambush behind a rock in the shallows, and the penguin passed the rock on the way to the beach, and the sea lion attempted to intercept them in shallow water where they could neither swim or run effectively. So what sort of words are they? What are they writing? Sort of writing are they using there, Polly? What do you think? When you compare it to that one there that talked about the jewels and the dog-eat-dog spat, yes.
Well, that's kind of like a wee bit of action, kind of.
Okay. Yeah. And what's this one doing here? What was this one doing? What was the difference? Which one would you think was more interesting to read?
I think that one.
You think this one here?
This one.
You think in those readings?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I thought that this one here was more factual. Was more actually just telling the facts.
I thought this one was actually more interesting.
You thought it was more interesting to read because of that sort of writing, was it, Jimmy?
I think so.
Do you think so?
Yeah. And it also gives you kind of an idea what they would look like because of the picture really.
Okay, the picture does help. Having a picture does make a difference.
I was going to say something to Jimmy about the picture because it's kind of showing you what's happening a little bit, so you know what it's kind of about.
Okay, yes.
I believe this one about the males eating sea lions because the male sea lions eating the penguins because they said that they saw the male.
Okay, all right. Because in this one, do they say they've actually seen the sea lion eating it? No, they haven't.
It just says they saw a picture that's going to try to grab one.
Yeah. And I think the actual caption for that was that a penguin got